I feel like I'm very anti-sociopath in the sense that everything makes me feel something.
That's called an empath.
I feel like I'm an empath.
I feel like I'm an empath as well.
Everything makes me feel guilty that
yes.
shouldn't. So I feel like
when you see someone get hurt or you see someone in pain, you kind of like, it's almost like mixed with narcissism too, because you then feel it and you want to feel better, so you make them feel better to make yourself feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah, for sure. It's not like I'm trying to say I'm a good person or anything. It's just that I don't feel like I'm a sociopath. That's all I'm trying to say.
It's not that it's good or bad. It's that I completely understand what you're saying. It's a form of narcissism that when someone feels bad, you feel the emotion. So you make them feel bad, not just to help them, but to also have yourself not feel bad.
Yeah, I feel bad when people feel bad.
Same.
And I feel anxious when people feel bad.
Same.
And I was thinking about like what's the most like, so I was just thinking, well, okay, so there's this thing I did as a kid that is like something sociopaths do. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to ask you if there's something, because okay, the thing I did was once I cut a snake in half.
A live snake?
Yeah, alive. I think. I mean, I was very young, so maybe it was dead, and I'm misremembering. But I feel like it was alive, and I just get flashes of it still. I'm just like, oh my God, why'd I cut that snake in half? And I was just going to ask you if you ever did anything crazy like that.
Yes, and I will say what I did, but first I want to respond to what you just said. Mm-hmm. What you just described is a very normal behavior, and a very normal human behavior. They always say serial killers do it, Well, they do it and they don't feel anything.
Yeah.
The reason why they kill small animals as children is because they have no empathy. Mm-hmm. So when they kill something, when they see an animal or a person suffering, they can't put themselves in the shoes of that person and say like, oh, that person's in pain or that animal's in pain, I feel bad.
Yeah.
Sociopaths lack that ability.
Right.
Right?
They sure do.
A child has never experienced death or pain, hopefully not. So they'll harm an animal, and then they'll say, oh my God, that makes me feel horrible. I feel bad. I'm never going to do that again.
Yeah.
So there's an argument against cyberbullying. A lot of times when people bully someone, you actually end up feeling bad. So when you bully someone and they start crying, and then you go like, oh, I feel bad for making them feel bad. I feel this way about bullying now. I don't want to bully. But with cyberbullying, you bully someone, and then you just sit there and go like, oh, okay. I don't, since you don't see them react to it, you actually just go like, that was fun. That made me feel better. So anyways, my moment where I harmed an animal when I was very young.
Oh, it's the same as mine.
Yeah, I heard an animal.
Because it can be anything.
I killed an animal. I killed a baby bird. So what?
That seems
maybe
worse
not a baby
than
bird,
mine.
but it was a bird. So what happened was
mine was like metal. Yours seems like I don't know what's about to happen.
Well, let me explain. It's actually not as bad.
I'm just fucking with you.
So I used to be a crack shot with a BB gun. I still am.
I used to be a crackhead.
I used to be a crackhead and a great shot with a BB gun. So I still am. I actually went camping recently, and there was a small BB gun there. We mentioned it on a previous pod, and I can still shoot amazing. So I used to set up clothespins on the line and then go out my bedroom window and just shoot the clothespins. I was just so good at shooting. And I looked up and I saw a bird on the tree.
Oh, no.
And I just kind of like, I didn't really want to hit him, but I just lifted up the gun and shot and killed the bird. So the bird fell out of the tree, and I was like, oh my God, I hit him. I can't believe I actually hit the bird. I kind of knew I would hit him, but at the same time, I didn't know. I didn't want to hit him.
Yeah.
But I knew I was good enough to hit him, so I don't know. I was just a child, and it was just confusing. So I killed the bird. The bird falls to the ground. I freak out.
You think you're going to go to jail?
No, I didn't have fear of repercussion. I had fear. I didn't have any fear. I just felt bad that I hurt this animal. There was no personal fear, personal guilt. The only guilt I felt was that I inflicted pain and I inflicted death on this animal that had nothing to do with me. That was just living its little bird life. So I ran up under the tree, and I see this bird, and he's still kind of moving. He's not 100% dead.
Oh, that's sad.
So this is an animal who's just in pain.
Yeah.
He's making his little noises. He's crying out, and I looked at him. So I went back to my room, and I had this little toolbox for like small kids' tools. It was like a red small toolbox. And I took everything out of it, and it was roughly the size of the bird. Basically the size of like
a coffin?
It was like the size of a VHS case. Basically, that's what I did. I opened it up. I took the bird. He died, and I put him in the box, and I dug a hole, and I buried the bird. So a week or two go by, and I was with my buddy, the same buddy I peed in the sandbox with.
Wow. And your
nice
your
callback.
co-star in Pet Sematary.
Exactly. So I was like, hey, I killed a bird. Do you want to like see it or something? I don't think I asked if he wanted to see it. I was just like, I killed this bird, da-da-da. And it's just like, we got to look at this bird now. So I dug up, and then I opened the box, and it's burned in my brain. I'll never forget it. Its stomach was like moving. It was filled with maggots. The whole thing, the bird, it's like maggots coming out of the eyes. The whole like stomach was like gyrating and moving, and almost like had like an ocean type like wave movement to it. And I remember freaking out and closing the box and throwing it back in the hole. And
Did you think it was alive?
No, I knew
bugs.
it was bugs.
That's
and,
so creepy.